This video outlines the wiring of a test that I'm about to perform on the PPS's ability to use the PPS's starter output terminal as a source of voltage to actuate a contactor, which is in turn switching the power from the battery to the starter. So you can see that here I've got a temporary lead coming off the positive terminal of battery through this Leviton switch. And this is the wire that goes to the PPS that would be coming in my installation from this ECU, or alternatively from the cyclic mounted engine start switch. And I'm using the PPS's starter output terminal simply to provide 12 volts to this Kilovac TE contactor. The contactor is getting its ground from I've just hooked it on the stud of the PPS, and there's a number 12 wire that goes directly over and hooks onto the engine gear case. And of course the power for the battery start comes from the battery wire through this manual battery switch, through this number 2 wire, the contactor, and then on directly to the starter. So I've had it fail, as it did in an earlier test. I'm going to do it again. This time I will not turn the switch, the starter switch, the pseudo starter switch, into the off position for some considerable time. Last time it was a second or two that after the failed start that I turned it off. This time I'll let it go to see if for some reason the PPS tries to recover the start. Okay, so everything is on. Battery switch is now on. Ready to start. 3, 2, 1. Okay, there it failed, and I've not touched the switch to turn it into the off position. And there is no voltage at the PPS, so that indicates that it is the PPS that failed. I'll go ahead and do it again just to see whether or not it will fire off a second time. In 3, 2, 1. So that test seems to prove pretty conclusively that the starting problem is in the PPS and not anywhere else in the system.